Hi everyone, this is Dr. Pore. Welcome to my channel. I used to have some acne scars, and I also had a lot of blemishes because my skin is very thin and it's also very dry. But after doing these three things, I achieved relatively clear, glossy looking skin. And this is not a sponsored video, so these are my personal skincare tips that you can trust. In the past, I didn't really do a lot of skincare. I just bought a bunch of very popular products and used them until I ran out of them. So I really didn't have a proper routine, and I thought people with flawless skin were just born like that. I used to hate looking at myself in the mirror because occasionally, especially right before my period, I would get huge breakouts in my chin area and mostly around my T-zone. Then by the time they went away, I was left with acne scars because I would constantly touch and pick at them. It became a cycle that I just couldn't break. Now, I barely have any acne. The first thing that I did was start using different products depending on the weather and my skin condition. In the past, I thought it was kind of a waste of money, to be honest, to buy all kinds of products. I thought it was mostly marketing and hype. But after trying so many different products and experimenting with different routines, I found out that skincare actually works. Whenever my skin feels very sensitive and acne starts to form, despite having dry skin, I switch all my skincare products to lighter products that are known to be effective for reducing bumps and acne. My favorites are the Anua Heartleaf Toner, which is very soothing, and the Bee Plane Toner. This one contains lots of cica, so it's also very calming. I also like to use the Hada Labo Toner, which is not the heaviest toner. It's actually more on the lighter side. These are the products I choose when my skin condition is not at its best. On days when I don't have as much acne, I focus more on hydration and anti-aging care. I like to use the Numbuzin toner, the Manyo toner, and this toner from Da Alba. These products are all a bit heavier compared to the other toners I mentioned earlier, and they keep my skin feeling very hydrated and protected for a long time. I also like to switch serums based on my concerns and skin condition. On days when I have a lot of acne, I like to use this Anua serum together with their Heartleaf toner. They do a really good job calming down active breakouts. On other days, when my skin is less irritated, I like to use vitamin C in the morning and retinol at night. Some of my favorite vitamin C products these days are the Goudal serum and this ampule from Medicube. At night, I like to use this retinol product from Some By Me to do more active care for glass skin. And these days, when I really want to focus on anti-aging, I mix the vitamin C ampule with the Benone serum, which is a bit more potent than vitamin C. I like to combine these two products when I notice more wrinkles or when I want extra antioxidant care. At night, I also do something similar when it comes to creams. On days when I have acne and don't want to overload my skin with oily products, I use relatively lighter products that still provide enough hydration and benefits. I like to use this cream from Mary & May. It's very glowy, but it's not too heavy. On other days, I use a slightly heavier cream that gives me the hydration and protection I need. These days, I like using the Numbuzin cream and the Moto cream. Both of these are very soothing, but they're also a bit thicker. Whenever I put them on before bed, my skin feels extremely smooth and protected the next morning. I also like to layer these products when my skin feels extra dry, but when my skin feels sensitive, I avoid layering too many skincare products. I know this sounds like a lot, and it's a little unrealistic to buy all kinds of products just to pick and choose. That's definitely a luxury. But I suggest at least getting 2 different sets of products that target 2 different concerns. You can also organize your routine by choosing a toner that focuses on one effect, such as hydration for dryness, a serum that targets hyperpigmentation, and maybe a cream that provides anti-aging or acne care. That way, you can mix and match different types of products depending on your skin's needs. My second skincare tip for achieving clear skin is to do different skincare for different parts of your face. Our T-zone and U-zone are generally oilier, and often that's where clogged pores and acne tend to appear. I recommend focusing on hydrating your cheeks, neck, and eye area while keeping the T-zone and U-zone relatively minimal. Before, I used to treat every area of my face the same way, which was a mistake. I ended up getting lots of acne and enlarged pores around my nose area. I also used to have a lot of acne on my chin, which is thankfully clear right now. When using toner pads, for example, you can leave them on your cheeks with the soft side down so they can hydrate and protect the area while using the textured side more actively on your T-zone to unclog pores and remove impurities that can lead to acne. I also like to apply eye cream around my eyes, upper cheeks, and neck so those areas stay hydrated and wrinkle-free. However, I avoid using rich products like these on my T-zone and U-zone. Even when cleansing, I start with my nose and spend most of my time focusing on my T-zone while being very gentle on my cheeks. I try to cleanse only the impurities sitting on the surface of my cheeks to avoid irritating them as much as possible. The last tip, and probably the most important tip that changed my skin condition, is to regularly exfoliate your skin and do intensive pore care. In the past, because I have sensitive and dry skin, I avoided physical exfoliation and clay masks because I thought they would irritate my skin and make it worse. I believed that simply applying a bunch of good skincare products would make my skin better, but I was very wrong. That only led to clogged pores, sebum buildup, and eventually more acne and bumps. I recommend doing some form of exfoliation every 3 days and at least one blackhead or pore care treatment every week. For example, I have this Anua toner that's suitable for daily use, but they also have another toner designed to be used every 3 days for more intensive care. This one helps exfoliate the skin more actively and unclog pores. I also like using these toner pads from Some by Me. Just recently, while using them, I could actually see my skin being gently exfoliated without much irritation. I use them once every 3 days. About once a week, I also recommend doing physical exfoliation with a scrub. Personally, I recommend this scrub from Anua. It's very gentle, but it definitely does its job of unclogging pores and clearing blackheads and excess sebum from my T-zone. And going back to my second tip, if your skin is on the drier or more sensitive side, I suggest using it only on your T-zone rather than scrubbing your entire face. I also recommend doing clay masks every week. I really like these two products from Benefit. Benefit is well known for its Porefessional makeup products, but their skincare line designed for pore care is actually really good as well. When I'm particularly concerned about my pores, I use the green mask about twice a week. Then once a week, I do a deeper pore treatment using the purple mask. The purple mask is a bit stronger than the green one, so I prefer using it only on my T-zone rather than drying out my entire face. Now, you might be wondering whether you should be doing all of these treatments at once. The answer is no. I don't mean that you need to do all of these things within the same week. Maybe one week you focus on pore care, the next week you focus on facial scrubs, then the week after that you might combine lighter pore care with gentle exfoliation. I wouldn't recommend using all of these strong products at the same time because that can easily irritate your skin. So those are all the skincare tips I prepared for today. I hope you found them helpful. Here on Dr. Pore Pop, I'm also planning to create more diverse content in the future. Maybe I'll include makeup-related content, personal color analysis, or facial analysis videos as well. Let me know what you think, and if you have any questions or content suggestions, please leave them in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.